Beautiful, isn't it? The moon.
Divine.
Bonus fact. In ancient Greece, a philosopher named Anaxagoras believed the moon was a giant rock that reflected the light of the sun. He was tried and exiled for blasphemy. Welcome to Watch Mojo's Top 5 Facts. In today's installment, we're counting down the coolest facts we could find about the moon, the Earth's little gray space buddy. Number 5. The moon was created from a violent explosion. No, not the Big Bang. I guess technically it was created from that too. But what we mean is that the moon is actually created from pieces of the Earth that blew off in an explosion. The prevailing theory states that a planetoid the size of Mars collided with Earth billions of years ago, blowing off pieces of the planet. This actually left the Earth with 2 moons, which eventually collided, leaving one nearly spherical moon. That's right, the moon isn't actually as round as it appears. It's actually more like a slightly deflated basketball. The side facing Earth is slightly larger, making it seem bigger and rounder than it actually is. Number 4. There is no link between the moon and lunacy.
And also, on that day, there is a full moon, which governs the fortune of all princes of a female gender.
There will always be that one superstitious aunt who claims that a full moon makes us all go a little nutty. But there is no, and never has been, a link between the moon and insanity. In a meta-analysis entitled Much Ado About the Full Moon, researchers examined 37 studies to find a link between moon cycles and various kinds of lunacy, and concluded that no significant link could be found. That said, a 2013 study found that lunar cycles do affect some heart operations, contradicting some earlier findings. The study found that acute aortic dissections performed during full moons are associated with shorter hospital stays. 10 days for surgeries performed during the full moon phase, versus 14 days for those performed in other phases.
There must be someone else. Find me another doctor. There's no one else. All right?
It is a full moon. Everybody is going into labor. Look around you. There are not enough doctors. There are not enough nurses, and there are not enough delivery rooms, okay?
Number 3. The moon is slowly moving further away from Earth. It's true, by this time next year, the moon will only be a small speck in the sky. No, it's not that drastic, but still. The moon moves away from our friendly and welcoming orbit at a rate of 3.8 centimeters, or 1.5 inches, every year. That means that the moon was actually much closer to us thousands of years ago, and would have appeared much larger in the night sky.
Hey, look at the moon, man. It's a huge moon. Guys, we gotta do something tonight.
Today, the moon is about 250,000 miles from Earth. When it was formed, it was only a reach out and touch it 14,000 miles away. Number 2. There's water on the moon. Forget Mars, there's water on the moon. Scientists have discovered that there is frozen water located in permanently shadowed craters, and that there may in fact be water located just beneath the dusty surface. They theorize that the water may have blown in on solar winds, or was deposited by comets. It's estimated that the moon holds 1.6 billion tons of water ice at its poles and rare earth elements below its surface. Moon Express, a California-based company, is already making plans to mine the moon and bring some of its elements, including cobalt, iron, and platinum, back to Earth.
So I think there's going to be massive resources attainable from Moon. I think it's one of the best, actually biggest business opportunities in history.
Number 1. Humans are going back to the moon.
We'd like to dedicate the first steps of Apollo 17 to all those who made it possible.
Those of us born after the 70s have never experienced the excitement of humans traveling to the moon. No humans have left low Earth orbit since 1972. However, the creatively titled Exploration Mission 2 plans to be the first manned mission to the moon in decades. NASA plans to launch this mission in 2023.
The missions will be far more complex than the Apollo lunar program.
Astronauts will orbit the moon and hopefully fly by an asteroid that was part of Exploration Mission 1's mission. EM2 will give NASA a chance to test out its Orion shuttle, the same shuttle that will likely head to Mars in 20 years from now.
Good God. I'm on Mars.
So now what do you think of our friendly little space neighbor? Do you think it's a good idea for us to go back? For more not-so-crazy after-all top 10s and exiled blasphemer top 5s, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
3, 2, 1. 1, ignition. Burn away, Houston. Vector good. Max 5.